Well, good morning, everyone, Postmasters. I have the distinct pleasure today to introduce our first speaker. Our first speaker today will be Fallon Walker, and she will be giving us her presentation, So You Want to Be a Nut Vendor. This is her project number 2, Organize Your Speech. She hopes to catch the audience's attention, reinforce her ideas, and have them be memorable. She wants her message to be clear and transition from one thought to the next. Please help me welcome Fallon.
So you want to be a nut vendor. Well, I'm going to tell you what you would get if you bought this established nut business, what to do to get started, events that might take place, and what you need to do before you go to an event. Currently, I have 4 nut stands. 2 of them on the top are outdoor stands, and the bottom 2 are indoor stands. It takes approximately 30 minutes to set up each stand once you get to hang up the idea of how to do it. If you were to buy, this is an established business, remember, so if you were to buy a new setup by yourself, right now, easy up to get a heavy-duty sturdy one that won't blow away in the wind when you're outside, they run between $5,000 and $8,000. The dome type tents, which are ours is very unique, and we get a lot of compliments on this dome tent, they run between 12 and 15 grand. So right now, by buying this established business, you're going to receive 2 outdoor stands and 2 indoor stands. Along with this, you're going to get the equipment to operate the business. The equipment, the first thing you're going to get is a 1997 Ford van along with a 4x8 Hallmark trailer. You're also going to get, down here at the bottom, it shows they call them mandel boxes. We have 1 German and 1 American mandel box. They both run off of propane. The top 2 machines are electric machines, and we do those. Some places don't allow you to take propane into buildings, so we have to have the electric machines. And you also get a supply of Yummy Net shirts that we haven't sold yet. And they range from size small to size 3XL, so we have a lot of Yummy Net shirts available. Again, this is an established business, so you're getting all this equipment. To buy a new machine right now, they run around $12,000 for the big mandel boxes. The little ones are approximately $3,500 for a brand new one, for one of the machines. So other items you get are the necessary supplies to operate. You have to have pans, spatulas, the packaging bags, tables to set up in the stand, umbrellas in case it rains so your customers have someplace to come and stand. And you also get the sugars, nuts, and the flavorings. But the most important part you get is the special recipe. And you will find in front of you 3 of our top sellers. We sell cinnamon roasted almonds, which is mostly our #1 seller, but we also have a secret recipe for caramel cashews, and that has become our #1 seller, the caramel cashews. We also have a butter rum pecan, which is probably our 3rd number seller. So I have given you samples of our top 3 nut flavors there. We also do cherry almonds during cherry season, strawberry almonds during strawberry season. We have cocoa almonds. It's really good to mix the cherry and cocoa in one bag and you have chocolate-covered almonds, chocolate-covered cherry almonds. And then we also started doing some healthy options because people say, I don't want sugar, I'm diabetic. So we started making smoked almonds and spicy smoked almonds. And those have become a hot seller. The only thing about that, we don't do those at the events. We have to pre-package those ahead of time at home because they bake in the oven. And so besides the special recipes, you're also going to get training by a Yummy Net chef, mainly me. So what to do to get started? If you need to get started in a business, you have to obtain a small business loan or pull the money out from under your mattress if you have that kind of money under your mattress. Then you need to obtain a business license in Michigan and any other state where you're going to operate. You also have to apply for a DBA, which is doing business as. And my business right now is Unforgettable Yummy Nuts, and I would be giving my DBA away with the business. So you would have an Unforgettable Yummy Nuts, and we have a very good reputation around the state at the events we do. You also need to have standard operating procedures. This is for the health department. It explains exactly what you have to do in it, how you wash the dishes, how you clean the utensils, how you wash your hands, what happens if some employee is sick. And I have standard operating procedures very well written. The health department has been very impressed with mine because as a secretary, I do them all little tabs here. Everything is tabbed up in my documents, so everything. And I will turn the standard operating procedures over. You also have to obtain a health special license in your county. And then you need to apply for your first inspection. And this is where you have to set up your stand at home, have the inspector come out, inspect everything, make sure everything was set. And then every year you have to have 2 inspections per year on your stand. And you can do them at any of the events you go to. You can have an inspection done. Then you also need to take a food preparation class to obtain a ServSafe certificate for yourself or somebody that's going to work with you. Almost, in Michigan, they don't really ask for the ServSafe certificate. This is what this looks like. But most of the big events that we do out of state, they always ask for a ServSafe certificate, and you have to send it in when you send your event in. So listed here are some of the events that we do. We do a lot of craft shows, and half of them are inside, half of them are outside. They're all, the craft shows are all in the state of Michigan, and there's a lot more available. We also do a lot of miscellaneous shows. One of our favorite ones is the Erie Rib Fest in Erie, Pennsylvania. And the reason that's our favorite is we make some money at it, but the best part is you trade a bag of nuts for a slab of ribs. So even if you don't make a big profit, you get some good food. So we do have events in Indiana, Pennsylvania, and then the rest of them around Michigan. We're doing in a couple of weeks a Moose Fest up in Muskegon, country music festival. We've done the B93 bash before when we got flooded out in Ionia. So those are some of the events that we do. Whoops, the wrong button. Other events, if you want to find more and do more to establish this business, we are down to like maybe 2 shows a month. But we were doing 4 to 6 shows a month. You can find them in these different places on the web, and also by word of mouth. When we go to a stand, when we go to a show, someone usually says, hey, will you come to this show, will you come to this show? So we have a lot of word of mouth referrals that we get from our business. So before the event, you have to pay the fee. You don't just go and put up your stand there. They charge you admission for all those events. Craft shows run from $25 to $100. Some of the big events like Moose Fest is $500 plus 15%. So you have to figure what you can do. You also need to know 1 week before you do the event, you do have an intent to operate in the town where you're going, and that is for the health inspector to know that you're going to be in the town. You also have to verify you have all your supplies, enough sugars, flavorings, and bags, and those are the types of bags that we use in the bottom. We use purple and green as our sizes. We have a small for $3 and the large for $5. So I have told you what you were going to get if you bought this business, how you have to get started, various events you can go to, how to find more events, and what to do before you go to the events. So I want you to know this business is for sale, and if you are interested in becoming a nut vendor, send me an email and we can talk more in person. Thank you.
Okay, Jesse, if you can give us